Ciao a tutti! It's Kquinze's channel. Kumusta kayo? So this year, I decided to go ahead and do the project pan that I came to know here in YouTube. This is my ultimate goal this year. I want to kind of minimize the makeup items that I have and try to use them up, if not finish some of them. Don't get me wrong, I don't have that also huge makeup collection. And mainly I only have drugstore makeup products. So I decided to divide the makeup products that I want to pan this year. I have the group 1, these items that you see here, and the group 2. The first group I will try to consume from the months of January to June, and then I'll switch to the second group from July to December. I will just limit myself to 6 months and let's see what would be my progress. So right now, I will show you the products that I have here outside the basket. Okay. So let me focus you on this group. So I decided to divide the first group into 2. So I will go hard in this. I will do a routine every day using these same products, switching from one to the other. So I have here from e.l.f. the contouring, blush, and bronzing powder. This would be very, very challenging because I know that blushes and bronzers are the ones that are really, really hard to pan. And first of all, I'm not a blush on girl. I can go and live without blushes. The bronzers I use more than the blushes. This is new. I just purchased this actually last year because I was looking for a palette that has the 2 products in it. So I decided to pick this up. When I received the product, I realized I just had one of those big mistakes that I do when buying a makeup product. I mean, the blush is very light and it's so glittery. And then the bronzer, this is how it is. The bronzer is not bad at all. In winter time, I can sport this kind of bronzer. But during the summer, I don't think this will work. I think this palette is more for a lighter skin. I have a medium to dark skin tone. This is not the right shade for my skin. I just decided then and there, I just want this out of my collection. This is something that I don't reach for every day. It's just there on my drawer. I've never actually touched this since I bought it. So yeah, it's time for me to use this up. And then this pencil, this one I've had for almost 2 years now. This pencil I ordered from Christian Cosmetics. It's like a direct selling makeup company. This Christian is like a Spanish brand. It's just a very sheer black. It lacks pigmentation. It's been here for a while now and I just need to use this up. And then I have 4 lip products here. I classified this group together because the blush on and the bronzer are like light colors, right? I decided to pick up the lip products that have the strong color. So I have here the reds. This is from Avon Color Trend Glitter Lip Gloss. Again, a glittery product. And this one is from Max Factor Lipfinity. There is no shade, but this is a firing red. Let me swatch that for you. I don't hate red lipsticks, but I'm just not a fan of it. For me, it's just a strong color that I cannot sport it every day. I prefer lip products on the rose and pink. I actually bought this because first of all, it was on sale. And then I don't have that much red lip colors in my collection. Actually, I didn't have one. I mean, this is the first red lipstick that I bought. I decided to just, why not add a little bit of a red onto my makeup products? You know, just for a change. It's not that old. I just really want to use it more often. I don't want to wait for the time in which this one expires. I mean, you know, this gloss is not that bad. And it fits perfectly with this Max Factor red lipstick. So I decided to pair them up together. Then the other pair that I like to use up, this is Shaka Innovative Beauty Pencil Lip Gloss. So this one is a perfect color for me. I love it. But this one though is a little bit old, so I have to include this into my pan. And this is the Sephora Oil Infusion Color and Care. I like the formula. This is perfect for winter because it is very hydrating. And if ever I won't be able to finish this up this year, I can just hold on to this until next winter. These two are perfect together. This group here I will use for 3 days a week. I will alternate these two paired with this blush and contouring palette and this pencil. Okay, let's go to the other half. Okay, let's start with the face products. This is Sleek Makeup Face Contour Kit, Pressed Powder and Highlighter in one, medium 885. Okay, let me show you. It is made of the contour powder and the highlight. You know, I love this palette. I think this is the perfect contour color, and the highlight as well. It's just so subtle. It is not that strong. It is like an everyday highlighter that you can use. It is not too pink. It is not too gold. The thing is, I don't reach out for this every day. During that time, I was looking for a palette, again, with the same concept of having a contour powder and highlight together in one. So I decided to pick this up from Sephora last year. I'm not disappointed, but I decided to include this into my project pan so that I can use it more often. The other face product is this Wet n Wild Color Icon Blusher, Leather Silk. I did see a new version of this blush. This is a perfect pink blush for me. Let me swatch that for you. It is pink, but it is not that strong. I mean, it has that very simple and subtle color that you can sport every day. Like what I said, I'm not a blush on girl. I do apply blushes, but not on everyday basis. As you can see, it doesn't even have a smudge or anything. I included this in this project pan just to, you know, just like the other two face products, I just want to use it more often. So I'd have to go hard on this. I just need to discipline myself to reach out for the products that are just sitting there in my drawer. Another pencil that I want to use up is the Essence Kajal pencil in 01 Black. I don't like this pencil. I hate the look of having the panda bear eyes, so it's just a shame because I love the intensity of this color. It is just so black, as you can see. I only have 5 more lip products left here in this group. This is Rimmel London Lasting Finish by Kate lipstick. This is 08. I love this color. This is a perfect nude color for me. Perfect for my skin tone. I don't look like sick or anything when I use this. It's very neutral, very natural. I can't exactly remember when I purchased this, but it's not from last year, definitely. And then the other one is a darker color. This is from Debbie, number 29 in Hot Chocolate. From the name itself, you will know that this is a brown color, but not a very, very dark brown. It has a little shine on it. It is not matte. By the way, these lipsticks that I have are not really matte. As you can see, they are a little bit shiny. They are creamy lipsticks because I'm not a fan of matte lipsticks. I know that it is a recent boom to the makeup industry. It just dries out my lips and I hate the feeling of dry lips. So I prefer a lipstick that is moisturizing without having to use lip glosses. I have very, very few lip glosses. The Debbie one, I'm not really crazy about it. I don't reach out for it often, so I decided to just combine these two. And then these 3 products are really, really old. I just have the urge to just finish them up and let them go once and for all. So this one is from Avon, Color Trend Kiss and Go, Rich Berry. I love this color. It belongs to this family here. Are the nudes and brownish colors. I love this color. I use it very often. As you can see, I'm almost done. And then the other one is also from Avon. This is Wine with Everything. I love the packaging because you can immediately see the lip color there. This is the perfect dark pink that I really love. I'm almost done. In a month, I think I can finish this up. I've had this for a long time already. This one is from Shaka Innovative Beauty. I just used this on top of this color here this morning. So it has that red on the applicator. This is kind of old and I just want to use it up. These two have this eye crayon. This is from Avon Color Trend eye crayon. I don't have the shade, but this is a gold and bronze color. I'm not a fan of cream eyeshadows, by the way. I only have powder eyeshadows. This is just a free product. I don't know. I can't even remember the product that I ordered from Avon Cosmetics, but this one is included. I don't like it. I mean, the first time that I used it was traumatic because my eyeshadows creased so badly. It just didn't hold up. Maybe I can finish this up in a month or two. The other eye pencil, Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil 01 Black Eyes. This is a retractable eye pencil. Let me show this to you. Oops, it broke. Okay, it broke. Okay, as you can see, it is matte. This is also a fail for me. I don't like it. It smudges at the end of the day, so I just have to use this up every day as an eyeliner, and I won't repurchase this again. This is my notes. This is the list. This is the first group that I have here that I need to consume from January to June. So 3 days for this half and 3 days for the other half, and this two I will have to use every day. Measured them up. This is the Avon Color Trend Cream Eyeshadow Crayon. So this is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil here. The tip broke, so it isn't that long anymore. The Essence Gel Pencil. The Christian Lay Eye Pencil as well. Okay. And then I also have here all my lip products. This is the Shaka Pencil Lip Gloss. This is the Max Factor Lipfinity without the tube, obviously. And then the Avon Color Trend lipstick, this one, as you can see, it is very short already. And then the Avon lipstick, this is it. Rimmel Kate Moss here. And the Debbie lipstick. That's the first measure. So I will also show you my progress on these 3 face products here. I've already started last January 1. So I'll just continue doing this for the whole month. So I will also update you on my progress. So that's it. That's my first group on my project pan this year. These products that you see I will use for the whole 6 months. I'll just have to show you the second part of this project pan, my eyeshadows. Thank you for watching. See you on the second half of the video. Ciao! Ciao a tutti! It's Kquinze's channel. Kumusta kayo? Welcome to the second part of my Project Pan 2017. In this video, I will show you the eyeshadows that I intend to use up during the whole year. I will give it a shot for 12 months, working on them 6 days a week. I've already depotted the eyeshadows and put them in one palette, so it will be easier for me to reach out for them. I'm also gonna show you the photos of the eyeshadows from their original pan or palette. Some of these eyeshadows actually got destroyed from depotting. I practically tried to put some of them back together, but that would be useless, so I had no choice but to just throw them away. Okay, so let's start with Kiko Milano eyeshadows. Originally, I have 4 colors: yellow, pink, blue, and orange. Out of the 4, only the yellow survived, unfortunately. And even the yellow has got that scrape on this side. Anyways, they are so old already. I wasn't even sure at first if I'll just throw them straight away. I've been holding on to them for years already, and they are just colors that I've always had difficulty in using, and I cannot simply wear them on an everyday basis. These I got when I started playing with makeup. I was so attracted mainly because of the striking colors. I didn't exactly know how to use them. These two are from an Essence Quattro Quad Eyeshadow. See My Eyes 11. One of them I already hit pan and the other one broke. This is also very old. There's no use in holding on to them. But these two, I like the colors, especially this dark green here. They survived the depot operation, so I'm holding on to them. Another quad is from e.l.f. Flawless Eyeshadow. I still don't have these colors, that's why I picked them up. It's only from last year, but they lack pigmentation, so I didn't go crazy about them. Only one survived, so I'm keeping that because I like this color. This row of eyeshadows at the top are from Wet n Wild Color Icon. This palette I got 2 summers ago. These are not bad at all, but I don't reach out for them either way. All of them are intact. The yellow one is a little bit scraped. I'm keeping these 6 eyeshadows. Out of the 8, only 2 got destroyed. The 2 definer shadows, the darker ones, the blue and the black. As you can see, the words are written on the shadow itself, for which you can use them. You have the brow bone color, the crease color, and then the eyelid. I think it's very helpful, especially to those who are still starting to learn makeup. I have 3 individual eyeshadows, also from Wet n Wild. I love them more than the palette. I find them more pigmented and easier to work with. I love the brulee color, mainly for setting the eye primer. It's just unfortunate because it didn't survive the depot. While these 2, Naughty and Panther, I'm keeping them definitely. Finally, I have this Pupa Milano Princess Makeup Bag 012 Light Pink. This palette is actually a present from 2 Christmases ago. Someone gave it to me.
Upon opening the palette, you will see I have depotted all 8 eyeshadows. I was also able to take out from the palette 4 powders, 2 blushes, 1 bronzer, and 1 highlighter, which I intend to use as eyeshadows as well. At the 2 sides are 4 lip glosses that I didn't take out because I'm not a fan of lip glosses. At the bottom, I left 3 lip glosses as well and 4 concealers, and I depotted the other 3 eyeshadows.
I was able to depot all 11 eyeshadows. These are all shimmers. And this color here, I already hit pan. So that's it. That is my palette in which I am keeping all these shadows that I intend to use up during the whole year. I have high hopes of finishing them now that they are all here in one palette. I can reach out for them more often. Every 3 months, I will update you to my progress. So I hope this will encourage some of you to do the project panel. It is very challenging and I'm so excited what will be my progress. Thank you for watching and I'll see you on my next video. Ciao! Ciao a tutti! It's Kquinze's channel. Kumusta kayo? I'm gonna be doing my first update on the products that I chose to pan from January to June of 2017. For me, a month is very short, so I decided to do an update every 3 months instead. If you watched my first video last January, you will know that I decided to divide the products in half that I will alternately use 6 days a week. Each half consists of face products, eye pencil, and lip products. I did do a drastic change last February because I decided to depot my face products into one palette that I purchased from MAC. Please don't mind these two face products here because these two I am planning to include them into my project plan from July to December. So I will only focus into this 5 face products in here. I mean 3 because these two are palettes and one individual. I'm gonna start with the first half here. I have the e.l.f. contouring blush and bronzing powder called Antigua. The two survived the depot perfectly. They aren't so difficult to take out, and I admit this turned out to be so hard than I ever imagined. Blushes and bronzers are just, at least for me, they are the most difficult to pan because I am not a bronzer girl, I am not a blush on girl. I have no success yet into these two products. The eye pencil that goes with the e.l.f. palette is the Kquinze Cosmetics pencil. It is a Spanish direct selling makeup company. I did do a major progress in here. I started with a long line in here from the 1st of January, and then I made a very little progress in here at the end of January, and then more progress at the end of February, and by the end of March I came into this line here. So I am here now by the end of March. And then I have 4 lip products that goes with the e.l.f. palette and the Kquinze pencil. I did consume a tiny little bit of the Avon Color Trend Glitter Lip Gloss in Gleaming Garnet. This was literally full when I started last January. Now I am here. And then I also have the Max Factor Lip Affinity in red. I use this together with the Avon Color Trend Lip Gloss. I admit I had very tiny progress here. It's pretty much the same since I started last January. Like what I said in my first video, I'm not into red lipsticks. The Shaka Innovative Beauty Pencil Lip Gloss. As you can see, I have to sharpen that up again. I am very proud of my pencil lip gloss. It is now so tiny. It really shows that I do love this. I admit I reapply it more than once during the day. I started this long. This is how the pencil looked like at the beginning of January 2017. It's pretty long. And then by the end of January, I had a very huge progress in there. And then at the end of February and at the end of March, I am here already. And then this is Sephora Oil Infusion Color and Care. I also love this lip color. This is so lovely. It is very flattering on the lips, very hydrating. The progress here is noticeable. I started here in January, like this, and then by March I am already here. Okay, let's go to the other half. The other face makeup products that I depotted are from Sleek Makeup and Wet n Wild. This is the face contour kit pressed powder and highlighter in one medium 885. This was a tragedy. The pans just stuck to the palette so badly. As you can see, they got destroyed, but I managed to take them out and press them again. So the scrapes isn't because of the continuous use, but because of the depot process. I do use the highlighter more often. Given that I only have one, I end up using it 6 days instead of 3 in a week. And then the bronzer, no progress at all, but I'll continue to work on that. And then the Wet n Wild Color Icon Blusher in Heather Silk. This is also tough. Just a dent. Do you see that line from the depot process? Other than that, not even a smudge. And then the eye pencil that goes with these powders is the Essence Kajal pencil in 01 Black. I also made a lot of progress in this one. I use this also for smoky eye looks, but this is a terrible eye pencil. That's why I don't use this mainly into my waterline, but I am really determined to use this up so that I can finally get rid of this. The pencil was pretty long here, and then by the end of the first month I came here, and then here at the end of February, and then I arrived into this by the end of March here. 5 lip products in this group. This is the Avon Color Trend Kiss and Go Rich Berry. I thought at first that I will be able to finish this in a month or 2. Well, I guess I was wrong, but I am almost there. The same goes for Avon Lipstick Wine with Everything. I thought at first I would be able to finish this by the end of March, but as you can see, almost done. So these 2 lipsticks I wear together with this lip gloss. This is the Shaka Lip Gloss 17 Jeans. Very little progress as well. I started it here and then I am here now, but this one is pretty old. So let's see how much more I can use until the end of the project pan. Last but not the least, I have 2 nude lip colors that I use together. This is the Rimmel London Lasting Finish by Kate Lipstick in 08. Very slow progress as well, but I'm not complaining because I love this color and formula. So I will keep this eventually, even if I won't be able to use this all up by the end of my designated time. Debbie Lipstick 29 in Hot Chocolate. These 2 very little progress, but it changed a little bit though compared to the Rimmel Kate Moss. I started here and then tiny bit at the end of January, didn't change a bit in February, and then by the end of March I am already here. I am very slow with this lipstick too. I am proud to present my 2 everyday products that I vowed to use 6 days a week, and I already finished them up. I already included them on my empties and favorites video for the first quarter of the year, so I've got no more to say about these 2 products. This is the Avon Color Trend eye crayon. And this is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in 01 Black Fever. It is all done. If you hear the click, this is the long lasting eye pencil. I started here at the beginning of the year, and then a very huge progress in here at the end of January. I'm already done with it by February. And then the Avon Color Trend Cream Eyeshadow Crayon. So I started in here, and then here. By February, I'm already done. So that's it. Again, I'll continue working on these products for the next 3 months. I'll see you again at the end of June for the finale. Ciao! Ciao a tutti, it's Kquinze's channel. Kumusta
So
kayo?
after
3 months, this is how my eyeshadows look like. There are still a lot of work to do in this palette. Obviously, I haven't used some of the eyeshadows in here. I do admit that I prefer some, and others I took for granted. Let's start from the top row. The purple here changed noticeably. This one I did use a lot. It is part of the e.l.f. eyeshadow quad. Like what I said in my first video, this is the only one that survived the depotting process. This one I did use a lot, and I do need to dip my brush in there harder because like what I said in my first video, this eyeshadow lacks pigmentation. This what really pushed me into including that in my project pan, even though it is pretty new. These 6 colors here came from a palette of 8 that is Wet n Wild Color Icon palette. I do use the first 3 more often. You will see that the words are quite smudged compared to the other 3. The yellow and the green, I have more difficulty in using. The yellow one is supposed to be a brow bone color, but I don't always highlight my brow bone, so I use it mainly for the eyelids. But either way, I'm not a fan of that color. The blue one I use either to my eye crease or into the outer V. These 2 individual eyeshadows again are from Wet n Wild. I do use the Nutty color a lot more often than the Panther. This I use especially if I'm going on a smoky eye look, but I rarely do, especially if I am going to work. Of course, I won't be able to wear such a strong classic smoky eye look, so I am very slow in using that color. And then let's go to the Pupa Milano Princess Bag palette. The 4 ones here, these are actually blushes, bronzer, and a highlighter, but I use them as an eyeshadow. I hope it does show in the camera that I always, like literally always, use those 4 colors, because these are mainly the only matte neutrals in here. As you can see, almost all of these shadows that I need to pan are all shimmers, so these 4 are literally my matte colors. Out of all the 11 shimmers from the Pupa Milano palette, silver gray and the darkest brown here, bronze color, as you might say, those 2 are my favorites. As far as the other shadows are concerned, I am on my way onto the first color here, very tiny, though the second and the third I do use them a lot too, but they are so similar. The 4th one I don't really touch that color very often. Just like the Panther eyeshadow from Wet n Wild, this I don't touch for an everyday makeup look. Sometimes I do use that only on the corner of my eyes or only to smudge my eye pencil a little bit into my waterline. These three colors here, I don't really use them very often. The white one is quite nice, a very pearly color, but these two, I'm not really crazy about them. They are kind of similar, just like these other two here. And then the gold and the copper are so beautiful. A little bit of a smudge, but I'll tell you that I am using them very often. They are wearable, definitely. Just a simple look. I can just apply this one color to my eyelid and I am good to go. And then let's go here into the only round pan, which is from Kiko Milano. That is just so not on my league. I mean, I did this project pan, I know, initially for the purpose of using these shadows more often, but this yellow is just, it is not so easy for me. Well, I guess now that it is spring and summer is almost at the door, I guess I would have no excuse to not touch it. I should and I must. I need more willpower to use that. And then the last two from an Essence eyeshadow quad called 411 See My Eyes. Okay, the gray one just fell off from the palette last February. So that's what happened. I felt a little bad about it. I mean, I shouldn't, right? Given the circumstances, this should be another minus from my pan, which should make life easier. But I really do like that color, honestly. Those two from the Essence Squad are the other mattes that I have, apart from the neutral 4 that I am using as an eye crease color. I mean, I won't have a lot of choices then, but yeah, anyways, it's all gone now. I did make a lot of progress on that green one, so I am happy so far. So that's it. I'll continue working on these eyeshadows for the next 3 months. I hope I can make more progress by then. I'll see you again for the update. Ciao! Ciao a tutti! It's Kquinze's channel. Kamusta kayo? Here I am presenting my project pan finale. So I'm gonna talk about first the eyeshadows that I decided to pan. Let's start with the purple one here at the top. I'm almost halfway into finishing that eyeshadow from e.l.f. And then the top row consists of the eyeshadows from the Wet n Wild palette. And they are pretty much the same since I started last January. Just this red, just a tiny bit of dent in there at the center. As you can see, all the eyeshadows have the words written on them, for which you can use the particular color, and they are quite smudge. Still, I haven't hit pan in any of these eyeshadows. And then I have two individual eyeshadows from Wet n Wild as well. I have this Naughty color, and I made a huge pan at the center. I'm really proud of that. And then this color Panther, I do admit I don't really use that often. I don't use black eyeshadows very often in general, so that has been very difficult for me. And then I have the 4 powders here from the Pupa Milano Princess Bag palette. I didn't hit pan or anything, but this one I used a lot. And then these 11 eyeshadows, these are all shimmers from the Pupa Milano Princess Makeup Bag palette. Just like what I said from my first update last March, I really do love this color. I use that a lot. and it shows here I already hit pan. The same with this bronze color here. I made a huge progress and I'm very proud of this. This one, last March, I had a very tiny dent in that pinkish shimmer color. I made a tiny progress as well. The same with the second color here. Very tiny dot, but which isn't visible when I first did the update last March. This one, just like what I said from my first update, I don't really reach out for this shade at all. These two colors here, the second and the third, are pretty much the same, and I use this more often than the other one. And then the fourth color, just like the panther black color here, I don't use that more often. And then these two here, I'm not really crazy about them. They don't really show that much into my eyelids. And then the white color here, that is a shimmery pearly color, is gorgeous, but I still didn't hit pan on that color. But you can see that I always dip my brush on that eyeshadow. These two are the gorgeous colors that I really love out of all the colors here in this palette. These are the colors that you can just apply into your eyelids and then you're good to go. I swear that I almost always use these two quite often, but I still didn't hit pan. And then let's go to this one round pan here. This is the Kiko Milano eyeshadow. Like what I said from my first update and from my first video, this is not something that I would always wear. It is a pretty hard color to use. Still, I did a little bit of progress in there. I did use this into one of my tutorials as well. The last one here, this is from an Essence Quattro eyeshadow quad. I haven't used it that much the way I did last winter. So far, I am really pleased on my progress and how I worked with these eyeshadows. 6 months is plenty of time. I think that I made a huge difference from where I started. I'll still continue working on these eyeshadows until the end of the year, and we will see how much more I can use these colors. Now I will present to you what remained on the products that I chose to pan this whole 6 months from January to June. This is how my palette looks like. Please don't mind these two because they are not included. When I did my update last March, I did show you that I depotted all my face products into one palette. This palette that I bought from MAC so that I can reach out for them easily. So I did classify these products into two that I alternately use for 6 days a week, 3 days for this group and 3 days for the other half. Let's start with the left side. These two face products are from an e.l.f. palette. This is the blush and the bronzer. I still didn't hit pan, but you will see that I do dip my brush there very often. This bronzer, I'm not really crazy about this. First of all, the color doesn't match my skin tone. I had to use that with a lighter hand using a brush because if I use a lot of that product, my contouring will appear orange. And for the eye pencil, I chose this pencil from Christian Lay. This is a black pencil and I did do a huge progress in this. Let me show you my notes. You can see at the beginning of the year, this is the length of the pencil here. That's how long it is. So I started there and this is the length that I used up. I kind of arrived here. This is at the end of May and now I am here. This is at the end of June. Let's go to the lip products. I have here these two that I use together. Look at this. Ooh, look at that. Look what happened. Is how long it is at the beginning of the year. Look at that. Do you see that? I practically am about to finish this lip gloss from Shaka Innovative Beauty. It really shows how I love this color. I do apply this multiple times during the days. That's why it became so small within the 6-month period. And then the Sephora oil infusion. I paired these two so that I can use them simultaneously. But I really love the formula. It really does miracles to your lips. And I won't get rid of this until next winter. I'll continue using this until I'm done with it. It was pretty much full when I started last January. Now I'm here. I think that's already a huge progress. Now let's get to these two red colors. It's like what I always say, I'm not a fan of strong red lip colors. That's why I decided to include these two into the project pan. This one is from Max Factor, the Lip Affinity. This is a true firing red. I admit I didn't do a lot of progress in here, not much of a change at the length of the lipstick, but the formula of Max Factor is really nice. It is creamy, it is moisturizing, it is not matte, definitely, so I'll still keep this in my collection just in case I need a red lipstick for a makeup look. This is the Avon Color Trend glitter lip gloss. It has the roller applicator. This is really nice as well. It hydrates the lips. It is not sticky at all. I love the effect of it when you apply it on top of red lipstick. I did a tiny progress in there. I started pretty full and now I am here. Let's go to the other half. I have here 3 face products. This is a palette from Sleek Makeup. It consists of the contouring shade and the highlight. And this one is an individual blush from Wet n Wild. This blush broke here, but as you can see, I didn't do much at all. It is still intact, not even a smudge. Guys, this is really pigmented for real, so you don't have to dip your brush hard into this blush. You get a lot of color payoff that is gorgeous. Even the color for me is just stunning. I love it, but it's just really hard to pan. That one is a failure unfortunately, but still I will keep that blush because I love the formula. If there is one blush that I will recommend from the drugstore, this is it. Now let's go to the Sleek Makeup palette. Look at that. Look at what happened to my highlight. You know, when I first depotted this to put into this palette last March, the pans won't just come off from the palette. It was a disaster and they practically broke, as you can see. But I managed to press them back and now look at what happened. I used a lot of that highlight. I love it. It's gorgeous. It's very subtle. It is not too glittery, not very overpowering. If you like a metallic or a very strong highlight, this is not for you. But for me, I prefer subtle highlights, you know, that I can just use every day just to put on a little bit of glow into my face. And you know what I discovered? If this is not pressed, or if it is like a loose highlight, you can consume it more quickly. In the end, being the only highlight into this project pan, I ended up using it 6 days a week instead of 3, just because of the division that I did with the blue. Contouring shade is just perfect. Even for my skin tone is perfect. The formula is awesome. It lasts all day, and as you can see, I did pan a little bit at the top here. Let's go to the pencil. This is another product that I am most proud of. This is the Essence Kajal pencil. I started this long. Look at that. And I used up half of the product. I am very proud of this. This is one of the worst pencils that I've ever tried. I will not purchase any eye pencils again from Essence, but still I did try my best to use it up a little bit more before throwing it away. This is not good for the waterline. In fact, I didn't use it for the waterline. I use it for my smoky eye looks, and it applies very smoothly on the eyelid, but it's not long lasting. It is definitely not a long lasting eye pencil. Let's go to this 3 that I use together. Out of these 3, I am glad to present I used up the Avon lipstick. This is Wine with Everything. This is one of my favorite colors in my collection. Look at that. I'm done with this. This is pretty old. I have this for a long time already, and I'm glad I am finally getting rid of it. I love the color, love the formula, one of my all-time favorite lipsticks. This one I finished up last May. By the end of May, the 3rd or 4th week of May. And this one is the Avon Color Trend Kiss and Go Rich Berry. This one is another color that I love. I am very disappointed because I was almost there, but I didn't make it. This too is also a very old lipstick. I just need to get rid of this. And then this is the Shaka Lip Gloss in 17 Jeans. I don't usually find a blue lip gloss. It is not a usual color, as you might say, but I love this. I love the formula as well. It is not sticky at all, but the same goes with the other 2 Avon lipsticks. I have this for a long time already. It is pretty old, and I've consumed a little bit more. I started here, and now I consumed it here, almost half, so I'm ready to get rid of this. Lastly, I have these 2 lipsticks that I use together. This is the Rimmel London Kate Moss lipstick 08. Oh my god, I love this nude color. This is really the perfect nude color for my skin tone. I always reach out for this if I want a nude lipstick color. I will still hang on to this, and the color is just the bomb for me. And then this one is the Debbie lipstick Hot Chocolate in 29. I'm not really crazy about this. This is a shimmery brown color, so I did a little progress in here. It didn't change much for the past 6 months. This is the length at the beginning of the year, and I arrived at this, so that is very, very tiny. As you can see, this is at the end of May, and now I am here. Not a change since last May. I don't know, I'm really skeptic about this. The formula is okay, and it is not even old. I'm not sure if I'm still keeping it. And finally, I will just mention it into this video, but I already told you last March for my update. I've already finished up these 2 products. This is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil. It is a retractable pencil, as you can hear the click. It is all empty now. And this is the Avon Color Trend Eye Crayon. I'm not a fan of cream eyeshadows, just like what I always say, but I forced myself to use this up, and it is all done since February. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed this Project Pan series. Thank you for being with me into this journey. Now I am ready to move on into the other products that I have for the next 6 months. I don't know if I will still be doing a 6-month long Project Pan. Maybe I will do like a month or a 3-month
And
because
period.
I found this in YouTube, and I'm really glad I did. I hope this will inspire you to to do the same. It is very challenging. I've enjoyed it, and it will help you a lot to use up the makeup products in your collection, to reach out for the products more often, the ones that you are just keeping into your drawers. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you again into my next project pan. Ciao!